people want to know how to check tires to see if they're good or not. What I just mean is good quality. I don't mean the brand name, but the quality. When you take a look at when you're taking a look at a used van or a used vehicle or something like that, normally the first thing you look at is the tread and the tread depth. Now, as an example, I'm going to use this trailer tire right now, and we would take a look at the tread, and if the tread was good, we'd say, oh, that's probably great. But more important than the tread depth is a number that's actually on the tire that designates the age of the tire. The age of the tire is more important than the amount of tread left on the tire. A tire could look brand new, and if it's more than 5, it's stretching at 6 years old, it's not a safe tire. You might get away with it, but that's not why we're paying for safety in our rigs and such. So checking the tread would be one of the first things to do, of course. And one of the second things is to look at the sidewall. And I'm not sure how this is going to come out on this, but if you can see these cracks, any cracking and such along the sidewall, that's an indication that this is not a good tire, not one to keep using. Partly because all the stress is going, when you're riding down the road, the stress is going this way. Okay? So that means that when you hit a bump, it's pushing all this stuff this way and compressing this, and if this sidewall is weak, that's what can cause a blowout. Okay, so the number I was telling you about is called the DOT number, and I'm going to turn this a little bit because of the sun. I'd rather shoot this in the shade, see how that goes. DOT, and that stands for Department of Transportation, and this one has it right here where it says DOT, and then it has a number after, and if you notice, this number is a separate number that has been stamped into the tire, this one. Okay, so here's the way you can check the age of the tire, which will have to do with the safety and quality of the tire. This is 2021 right now, and here on the outside of the tire, you see this number. It says DOT number. Okay, now this is stamped on both sides of the tire, but this little oval section here containing the numbers 4420 is only stamped on one side of the tire. If you're buying specialty tires or tires for your rig, it's only going to be on one side, which is usually the white wall side or the raised white letter side, like that. But it should have one of these numbers on here. The last 2 digits of the number normally means the year. Now I have on my other video, I showed older tires that have only 3 numbers, and I believe that that shows that it was made, only the last number shows when it was made, which I think is 7, which means it was made in 2007. So those were pretty old tires. But anyway, this tire was made in last year in 2020, the last 2 digits being 20, and 44 stands for the number of the week in which they were manufactured. Now, all of the tires of this make and designation that were built during that week have the same numbers on them, these being unique. Okay. Anyway, since there are 52 weeks in a year, I'm not going to necessarily do the math, but sometime around October or November of 2020, that this tire was created. So as I say, the issue about checking tires is you can see that they have really good tread, but more importantly is to take a look at when the tire was actually manufactured, so you know the real age. Tires begin to degrade as soon as they are created, and usually have a good life, usable life of 5 to 7 years. But sometimes they'll sit on the shelf for 2 years before you get a chance to buy them. So double check that on the tires that you're going to buy to get the very best ones that you can based on the date. Far away from your troubles and worries, you belong somewhere.